once, we got in the ring, he was so locked in. I was so locked in, like there was nothing really to say. We both locked in and we both focused on the task at hand. It was dope. It was dope. I appreciate Drake for even, giving me the opportunity to step in the ring with him. I can say that, I sparred under Award. That's dope.
The game just flipped on its head. Out of nowhere, leaked sparring footage of Terence "Bud" Crawford has surfaced. And let me tell you, this isn't just some light training clip. This looks like a man already fighting Canelo Alvarez in his head. The footwork, surgical. The speed, scary. The timing, downright disrespectful. And if you thought Crawford was just stepping into this fight for a paycheck, think again. This leaked footage shows a fighter who looks more ready, more dialed in, and more locked on his target than ever before. But here's the kicker. The reactions around the boxing world say even more than the footage itself. Let's break it down.
Man, what's up, fight fans? It's official. I'm going to be the third man ringside calling the Canelo Alvarez Terence Crawford fight September 13th at Allegiant Stadium. I'm excited to be a part of this event. I'm excited to be ringside calling this great card and this great matchup. Historic event for many, many reasons for both fighters. Super middleweight supremacy on the line. Legacy's on the line. Your namesake and reputation is on the line. And I just take my hat off to both of these fighters for putting everything on the line late in their careers the way that they are. This is rare, and it's becoming more and more rare in boxing. Guys don't want this kind of smoke. They really don't want to face another counterpart that can ruin everything that they built. And it really don't matter how much money's on the table for a lot of guys. They'd rather take a lesser risk for less money than to risk everything like these two fighters are doing. So I take my hat off to them. And I also want to give a shout out to Turki Al-Sheikh for all that he's done to put this fight on. Dana White for all that he's done to put this fight on. And one more person that stays out the way and you don't really hear a lot about, but that has done a lot to make this fight happen as well. And that's my brother, Nick Khan. He just gets stuff done, man. And I want to thank him and shout him out as well for getting this done. So I see y'all in Vegas, man. Part of me wants to be home watching this fight in street clothes, but I got to take the street clothes off. I got work to do. I got to put that suit on, get ringside with John and Max, and call this fight like I know we can. Huge event, huge implications, historic night, and I'm happy to be a part. I hope to see you in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. If not, man, tune in live on Netflix.
So let's start with what everyone's talking about, the leaked clip itself. From what we've seen, Crawford wasn't going through the motions. Nah, this wasn't some lazy sparring session for the cameras. He was locked in. First thing that jumps out, the footwork. Crawford was gliding across the canvas like he was skating, cutting angles, sliding out of danger before his sparring partner could even touch him. And that's crucial, because if you've watched Canelo in recent years, you know he hates chasing guys who can move like that.
Canelo, Jesus Lord, come on. You're getting paid all this money to fight against a runner who we all knew was going to run. A Cuban style. You chose him. And now you say you hate fighting runners? Well then, don't fight runners. We all know who we want to see you in against. That's Benavidez. Go up against Benavidez. Fight Benavidez. He won't run. What's wrong with that? It's a good fight. But it's sad. It really is.
Then there's the jab. Man, Crawford's jab looked like a laser pointer, sharp, accurate, snapping heads back on impact. He wasn't just pawing with it either. He was doubling it, tripling it, turning it into a weapon that controls distance. Against a guy like Canelo, who thrives when he gets inside to unleash those hooks and uppercuts, that jab could be the difference maker.
You know what I mean? There you go. No, I'm saying boom. So then when you extend it, boom, this is protecting you. This is right here. You know what I mean? Because look, if I throw a hook, no, I'm saying, if I'm here, boom, and you throw a hook, I'm just gonna turn. I'm just gonna turn on my shoulder. Wait too much.
But the part that really stood out, Crawford's counters. The sparring partner would throw, and boom, Crawford's counter was already halfway there. This is the same thing we saw when he dismantled Errol Spence Jr. He doesn't just react, he predicts. It's like he's 3 moves ahead in a chess game that his opponent doesn't even realize he's losing yet.
I don't gotta knock him out to beat him. You know, he's never been knocked out before, but he lost fights before. You know, so everybody, you know, that's coming in thinking that I need a knockout to beat Canelo Alvarez is wrong. And that's not the approach that, you know, we take in this fight. If the knockout comes, then it comes. But we're not going in there to knock him out. We're not looking for the knockout.
Terence, you have said if you win, you feel you're on the Mount Rushmore.
I didn't say if I win.
Okay.
I said when I win.
When you win. Well, with that, you know, what is Terence Crawford's legacy with a win over Canelo?
Listen, I already said it. I'm on that mountain. Ain't nothing left to say.
In the boxing world, they noticed. The leaked footage spread like wildfire, with fans, fighters, and analysts all chiming in. Some saying it proves Crawford's ready, others calling it mind games. Either way, one thing's clear. Terence Crawford's camp wanted this clip out there for a reason.
Listen, I get a lot of texts asking how I'm doing, how camp is going, so I figured I could just put it up in one post. So I'm in the mountains. This dude's about to beat the brakes off Canelo and be the greatest boxer of all time, and I get to play a part in it. All is well, truly well. We good. I'm good. I'm real good.
Now, let's talk about why this footage might have been leaked in the first place. Was this an accident? Or was this Bud Crawford playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers?
What do we always tell boxing casuals? The sport is called boxing, not knockout. Listen to Bud Crawford explain how he beats Canelo Alvarez.
I don't gotta stop him. I just gotta beat him. I'm not going in there looking to knock Canelo out. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely. You know, when I look at Canelo, he's a smaller, bigger guy moving up in divisions. You know, being that these big guys is slower, so they might catch him with something, but he might see it at the last moment. You know, they might catch him with a hard shot, but he's able to roll and turn with it. You know, because he's coming from a smaller weight class that was faster, that was sharper. You know, I'm coming from a smaller weight class that's faster and sharper. So if he get hit with a sharp punch that he don't see, he's definitely capable.
Think about it. This wasn't some shaky CCTV footage. This was clear. Enough to show his sharpness, but not enough to give away everything. That's not a leak. That's a message. And the message is simple. Crawford already has the blueprint. He's not worried about the weight difference. He's not second-guessing himself. He's saying, I'm faster, I'm sharper, and I'll beat you with timing and skill. It reminds me of when Floyd Mayweather used to let little glimpses of his sparring hit the internet. Not the whole thing, just enough to get his opponents nervous, doubting themselves before fight night. This feels like the same thing.
I can say a lot of negative things about Canelo's resume, but I won't. You know, I wanna, you know, what I mean, pay homage to the fighters that he fought, and if he don't want to pay homage to the fighters I fought, if he think they nobodies, then come fight time, then I wonder what they're gonna say after I beat him.
When he pushed you, I know you've gained weight. You look actually a lot bigger. When he gave you a half shove, how was that size feeling now?
Listen, that wasn't nothing. You know what I mean? That little push didn't do nothing, as you can see. But come fight time, we're not going to be pushing, we're going to be punching. So it doesn't even matter.
And Crawford's blueprint? It's already clear. He wants to use that jab, stay mobile, and force Canelo into overextending. Because here's the truth. As powerful as Canelo is, he's not the fastest guy in the ring anymore. Crawford is betting on his speed and fight IQ to carry him through.
I think that Crawford has the ability to outbox Canelo, but he's small, you know, and he can look bigger in Crawford could look bigger in the weigh-ins and all that stuff, but it's always the difference. When you get that fight with somebody, you can tell. Same thing with Jamel. Jamel fought him, the twin. He fought Crawford, and in all the stuff, the weigh-ins and the press conference, Jamel looked like the bigger man. You know, his head, his neck, everything looked bigger. But when they got in the fight, you can tell. You can see who really was the bigger man. And I think that's the same thing. Crawford is putting on weight, but it's not weight like Canelo had the weight already. He doesn't have to put on muscle. He doesn't have to do that. He's already big like that. But I think that Crawford does have the style. He does have the style to beat him. If you look at the people that beat him or gave him troubles, Irislan, De Laura, Austin Trout, Floyd, and Bivol, you know, they gave him trouble and stuff like that. And Skull moved around a little bit too. So I think that Crawford has that, but I don't know how Crawford is gonna respond when he gets hit.
And let's not forget, Crawford's been teasing that he already sees the fight in his head. That's how confident he is.
The last fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level. And
I fought everybody.
The last fighters you fought since 2002.
Mention me one. You
Since
mention me
2002.
one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look,
It's gonna
you.
be me.
I don't
And
care
you
about
will-
nobody else.
And you will see that.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stump a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? Same shit everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stump a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Watch.
So if you're Canelo and you see this footage making the rounds, you're not brushing it off. You're thinking, damn, this guy looks like he already solved me before we even touched gloves. That's psychological warfare at its finest. Of course, a lot of the chatter around this fight has been about size. Can Crawford really handle moving up in weight against a powerhouse like Canelo?
It's a 50-50 fight for me. He going up in weight. You know, Terence going to be great, bro. But at the end of the day, he got the skill to do it. He got the skill to go do some shit that other motherfuckers can't do. You know, he just got that. You know, everybody got a little something in them, bro, that everybody don't got in them. He got it in him.
Well, let's look at history. Fighters moving up weight classes isn't new. Manny Pacquiao, he started at 106 pounds and went all the way up to win a title at 154. Roy Jones Jr. jumped from middleweight to heavyweight and beat John Ruiz. Even Canelo himself started at junior welterweight before becoming the undisputed super middleweight king. Now, not every move up works. We've seen fighters like Kell Brook try to move up and face bigger opponents, only to get broken down.
He might be even stronger than Canelo. He might be stronger than Canelo. He might pack the weight on well, that he might do really well in there. So look,
You fought them both. Like, what are the differences between them? Obviously, it's weight.
Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Yeah. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean. Yeah. So really, that's the difference. And they both hit hard. Yeah. Because. And you can see the strength. You know, when I was fighting against Crawford, I didn't think Crawford was that strong, but when he kind of moved me around a little bit, he is very strong as well. So look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much weight? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go up and fight Canelo?
Same with Amir Khan. Jumping up to fight Canelo was the beginning of the end for him. The size, the power, it was just too much. But here's the difference with Crawford. His style isn't built on trying to overpower you. It's built on breaking you down mentally, then finishing you when you're broken. He's not walking into the ring thinking he'll trade power shots with Canelo. He's walking in thinking he'll outthink him, outmaneuver him, and make him look slow. And if you look at his mindset, Crawford already believes he's beaten Canelo. That's dangerous. Because when a fighter convinces himself he can't lose, he fights free. No second guessing, no fear. Just pure execution.
I feel like I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night and day.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo going?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
But beyond the leaked footage, let's talk about the vibe in Crawford's camp right now. From everything we've seen, it's laser focused. This isn't a guy who's distracted or half in, half out. He's in deep. Sparring partners have come out saying Bud is sharper than ever. He's not coasting. He's pushing them to the limit. And the leaked clip, that's just a small piece. Behind closed doors, insiders are saying Crawford is training with a chip on his shoulder, like he's the underdog who needs to prove something, even though he's already pound for pound #1 on many people's lists. Compare that to Canelo's camp, where some fans are wondering if he's taken his foot off the gas a little. He's been on top so long, he's made the money. He's beaten legends. Meanwhile, Crawford is starving. He wants that spot, and this footage shows he's hunting like a man who knows it's his time. And let's be real, the energy of a fighter who's hungry is different. Crawford's not satisfied, and if you're Canelo, that's gotta be unsettling.
Bud is one of those guys, he just locks in. He just locks in, especially when you doubt him. So yeah, it's a really interesting matchup. I think of it more from psychological than anything, you know, because on paper it's like, yeah, but he's a super middleweight. He went up 3. Now Terence is going up 3 weight classes. He had a little trouble with Majima. So on paper it's like, yeah, of course it's Canelo. But when you think about it from a psychological standpoint, it's like, I don't know, man. Bud's different.
Here's the other piece. The boxing world is already buzzing with hot takes. Fighters, trainers, analysts, everyone's throwing in their 2 cents about Crawford versus Canelo. Some are saying this footage shows Crawford is more than ready. Others are pointing out that sparring is sparring, and the real fight will look different. But either way, the conversation is loud. And now more than ever, fans are divided. On one side, you've got the believers, the ones saying Crawford's IQ and timing will be too much. On the other hand, the doubters, the ones pointing to Canelo's size, strength, and experience at the higher weights. The beauty of it, that leaked clip just turned the volume all the way up because it gave both sides ammo. If you already thought Crawford could win, you're pointing at the footage like, see? Told you. If you think Canelo will crush him, you're saying sparring means nothing. Either way, Crawford just hijacked the narrative. Everyone's talking about him, and that's exactly what he wants. So what does all this mean? At the end of the day, the leaked sparring footage isn't just about a few minutes of training. It's about the bigger picture. It shows us a Terence Crawford who isn't just walking into this fight for money. He's walking in with purpose, with a plan, with absolute confidence that he'll outthink, outwork, and outbox Canelo Alvarez.
One more thing. It don't matter if Canelo is on that. He ain't beat no Terence Crawford. You heard it here first. Plus, I look at the performances of Canelo. I look at his last performances. I mean, they've been all right, you know. It ain't been like, you know, wow, you know, blew me away. So I'm not really worried about all of that. And the same thing goes with Crawford. I know he's with Snack, and I know some news came out this week and all of that, but I personally believe that Snack is clean. I think it's a conflict of interest, the fact that, hey, he knows how to beat the system, quote unquote, Victor Conte, but at the same time, I think Snack, you got products going around the world, this and that. I mean, all these athletes are testing. They're not testing anything or positive by using Snack at all. So I think they're safe. There's no doubt about it. So with that being said, I'm not worried about that. As long as they're testing, I'm good.
It's also about the psychological edge. By letting this footage out, Crawford's camp planted a seed in Canelo's mind, a seed of doubt. And in a sport where confidence is everything, that can be lethal. But here's the real question. Does this footage show us the future, or is it just smoke and mirrors? That's what makes this fight so electrifying. We won't know until they step in the ring. One thing's for sure though, Terence Crawford looks more ready than ever. And if this leak was meant to shake up the boxing world, mission accomplished. This fight is no longer just a mega event, it's a legacy fight. And Bud Crawford just let us know he's already visualized the ending. Now, I've got to ask you guys, what do you think of this leaked footage? Was it just a sparring session being blown out of proportion? Or is this proof that Terence Crawford has the blueprint to finally take down Canelo Alvarez? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to Fight Field for more boxing news. I'll catch you in the next video.